Sairam to you all, dear children. Today I am continuing with the same chapter entitled Motion, Class 6, Subject Science, Chapter number 8, Part 2. Okay, but before I proceed with explaining to you Part 2 of this lesson, let me explain to you part 1 of this lesson. Okay, what did we learn from part 1 of the chapter motion? We learned the meaning of the term rest and motion. Let us recall, what do we mean by rest? When do we consider any object or a body to be in a state of rest? When a body or any object with respect to its surroundings does not change with time, then we consider that the body is in a state of rest. Then motion. When do we call or consider a body to be in a state of motion? A body is said to be in a state of motion when it changes its position with respect to its surroundings as the time changes. Okay, so when a body changes its position with respect to its surroundings as the time changes, then we say the body is in a state of motion. Okay, and we also learned that rest and motion are relative to one another. Right? Example that I quoted is a person in a stationary bus, a person sitting in a stationary bus or passenger sitting in a stationary bus. So as long as the bus is not moving, so to say, is stationary, then we see the trees moving behind, buildings moving behind as the vehicles pass by our bus, which is stationary. So when the position of a body with respect to its surroundings changes with time, then we say that body is in a state of motion. And we also learned that rest and motion are relative to one another. Now, let us understand in part 2 the different types of motion. So I will be explaining to you the different types of motion in part 2. There is this part. First one is translatory motion. What is the meaning of translatory motion? What does the term translatory motion mean? Translatory motion is that in which all the particles of the body move through the same distance at the same time. So, translatory motion is that in which all the particles of the body move the same distance, move through the same distance at the same time. Example, a car moving along a road, or a train moving on a track, a ball rolling on the ground, a girl sliding down a slope, pulling out a drawer of a table. and firing of a bullet from a gun, etc. So these are all some of the examples of translatory motion. So I repeat this. Translatory motion is that in which all the particles of the body move through the same distance at the same time. All the particles of the body move through the same distance at the same time. So examples are a car moving along the road, or a train moving on a track, a ball rolling on the ground, and so on and so forth. This is translatory motion. The translatory motion again is of two kinds. A. Linear motion. What do we mean by linear motion, which is also a translatory motion? Linear motion. Imagine a ball rolling on a smooth floor in a straight line. In such a situation, the motion of the ball is linear. So, imagine a ball rolling on a smooth floor in a straight line. In such a situation, the motion of the ball is linear. Motion of the ball is linear. So, it just simply rolls. Right? So, the motion of the ball that is rolling on a smooth floor is in linear motion. So, when a body moves along a straight line, it is called linear motion. When a body or a ball moves along a straight line, it is called linear motion. Example, a train moving on a straight rail track. A train moving on a straight line track. Straight rail track. Second example, a car moving on a straight road. So these are all some of the examples of linear motion. Now here is the activity. Take a wooden plank, place it on a brick, place a ball near the top of the plank. The ball will roll down in a straight line. We can say that the ball is in linear motion. So here is the picture of the activity. Ball is kept here at the top of the plank and is set to roll. So when it is set to roll, the ball is moving in a straight line path. Are you all able to see? So we say that the ball is in linear motion. Okay, this is the picture. Can you all see the picture? Okay. Understood? We will proceed further. Now, next one is curvilinear motion, which is also a translatory motion. Curvilinear motion is also a translatory motion. Right. Let us understand the term curvilinear motion. Imagine you are traveling in a bus. It is passing over a curved road, and in such a situation, the bus is moving in a curvilinear motion. Okay, imagine you are traveling in a bus. It is passing over a curved road, and in such a situation, the bus is moving in a curvilinear motion. Right? When a body moves along a curved line, it is called curvilinear motion. Okay? A ball thrown upward at an angle. Right? A train moving along a curved path. Now, I can also give you one example of curvilinear motion. See, when we go to Tirupati, right? After reaching Tirupati, we board a bus to Tirumala to have darshan of Lord Venkateshwara Swami. How many of you have gone to Tirupati? How many of you have visited Tirumala hills to have darshan or glimpse of Lord Venkateshwara Swami? Majority of you, most of you. So, you must have noticed a bus moving uphill the Tirumala hills, which is a curved surface. So bus, it is a ghat section. From Tirupati to Tirumala hills, it is a ghat section. So you see a bus moving in a curved, on a curved road or a curved path to reach Tirumala. So that is an example of curvilinear motion. So we say that a bus is in curvilinear motion. Right. Now let us understand in more detail with the following activity. Take a transparent plastic pipe. Take a transparent plastic pipe. Make circular folds and fix it on wooden board as shown in the figure, which you will be very soon seeing. Mark the top end as A and bottom end as B. Drop a small marble or an iron ball through it from A. The movement of marble from A to B is in curvilinear motion. I will be showing you the figure here. See, here there is point A. Are you all able to see? There is an arrow mark there. Point A, from where the marble is dropped. And then there is a transparent plastic pipe. Okay? That is marked by a line there, which is pointing at the pipe, transparent pipe. And then a wooden board. And finally, it reaches B. See the curves there. So, this is an example of a marble in curvilinear motion. Are you all able to notice? So many curves are there on its way from point A to point B, isn't it? Have you all understood? Okay. Now here is the summary of the video. We come across different types of motions in daily life. They are, number 1, translatory motion. Translatory motion is a motion in which all the particles of a body move through the same distance at the same time. All the particles of a body move through the same distance at the same time. That is translatory motion. The translatory motion is of two kinds. A. Linear motion. What is linear motion? When a body moves along a straight line, it is called linear motion. B. When a body moves along a curved line, or a curved path, it is called curvilinear motion. Have you all understood the difference between linear motion and curvilinear motion? Okay, fine. Here are a few questions relating the video. The first question is, what is translatory motion? What is translatory motion? Second question is, give two examples of translatory motion. Give two examples of translatory motion. Third question is, what are the different types of translatory motion? What are the different types of translatory motion? Fourth question is, explain in detail the different types of translatory motion with examples. You have to quote examples here in the fourth question of both, of the translatory motion, right? So, I hope you have understood the lesson, the topic, so to say. Answer these questions. Good luck. Have a nice day. Jai Sai Ram.